Hello, welcome back to Digital Dollars Now, and my name is Jacqueline. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about one of my personal favorite cryptocurrencies and what I think about the future of this particular token and why it is, the question for me, why are banks around the world and other businesses partnering with Ripple to use the XRP ledger? What is it that they know that perhaps you don't know? So today's video, I'm going to walk you through what I call my little Ripple XRP roadmap and a little brief on this token. So first, I do want to, say a quick disclaimer. Please be advised, I'm not a professional advisor in business areas involving finance, cryptocurrency, taxation, securities, and commodities trading, or the practice of law. The information and content written, broadcasted, and or disseminated by and through the Digital Dollars Now is intended for general purposes only. Nothing written or discussed is intended to be construed or relied upon as investment or legal advice, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. So all content expressed, created, or conveyed by Digital Dollars Now is premised upon subjective opinions, my opinions, and it just pertains to currently existing facts that are readily available. Highly recommend that you do your own research before making any investments and make sure that they're the right ones for you. So, and remember also smash down on the like button if you do enjoy this content and want to see more videos like this. And feel free to share this with your friends or on other social media accounts that you may own. Thank you so much. And let's get right to it. So, if you do want to learn more about cryptocurrencies, and my personal recommendations for which ones I think are going to do really well over the next 12 to 24 months and beyond that, please feel free to join me on patreon.com/digital dollars now. I have a couple of tiers available for people depending on what level they are as far as their knowledge and skill set with cryptocurrencies. In my basic tier, I have content that's geared towards beginners to learn more about how to open an exchange account like Coinbase, KuCoin, Uphold, Binance, and the pros and cons of each of those. How to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, how to become your own bank, how you can store your digital assets safely in a hot or cold wallet, and what assets you can invest in to help hedge against inflation. In my intermediate tier, you'll get access to my personal crypto briefs and roadmaps that are a little bit more in depth, my top crypto investments for the short-term and long-term recommendations and holdings, downloadable, crypto calculators, and learn how to, qualify your digital assets a little bit more, and select the ones that are right for you, and also ones that can help create more like cash flow and passive income. In my advanced tier, this is where I give you a little bit more insight into my personal, cryptocurrency investment strategies, as well as how I diversify my investments beyond just cryptocurrencies. And you can learn what you need to know about crypto taxable and non-taxable events, as well as my recommendations for crypto tax software to help you prepare your taxes and pay either on a quarterly basis or at the end of the year if you just do annual filings, and also how you can, download your trading history to help with all of that, as well as there are some more development documents that you can download, such as my, 5-year investment roadmaps, goal setting, mapping out advancement priorities, and things of that nature. So if you're interested in learning more about any of those things that I just mentioned, feel free to join me at patreon.com/digital dollars now. All right, so let's get to it. So why is XRP one of my favorite tokens? Ripple is a privately owned company, and their native token is XRP. And currently it's ranked number 6 within the market cap of around 26 billion, despite having an SEC lawsuit against them right now with the, Security Exchange Commission, where, they were charged on December 20th, 2020, where, the SEC charged Ripple and 2 executives with conducting 1.3 billion in unregistered securities offerings. They're trying to say that Ripple, their native token XRP is actually a security and not a token as a cryptocurrency, which anyone who's been following this case, I probably feel very strongly about this, that Ripple is kind of being held back here, and not necessarily. I think it's hard to say, but I do not personally believe that the XRP token is a security. I believe it is a cryptocurrency. They've been transparent and working with the SEC from the beginning on this token. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the solutions that, Ripple has built this technology on, and it's really meant for to help solve some problems that our financial systems currently face. And it all centers around payment processing, which in my opinion, it's not a security. So regardless, let's talk a little bit more about Ripple, or RippleNet, which is an internet-based real-time gross settlement system that is aiming to revolutionize their payment settlements. And Ripple was created really to address the issues faced by the current systems in place for cross-border transfers. The current system in place is sluggish, it's laden with delays, and it also comes with unnecessary complications and frustrations that come with having to send money across borders, or even within your own country, just having to send, like a wire transfer. Can be very frustrating. Transactions often take days to complete, with senders and receivers not knowing when the funds are going to be available for them to, withdraw from their bank or the institution where it's been sent. Ripple really is created with the intention in mind of providing an alternative to that current system and giving users access to features such as the same-day remittance. And RippleNet, it's Ripple's blockchain infrastructure allows banks to complete quick and very inexpensive cross-border transfers. The transactions are verified through a consensus system that uses bank-owned servers. The validators on the network verify the transactions by comparing them to the most recent, state of the XRP ledger. And the transactions are confirmed only if most of the network's validators accept it. So RippleNet also provides a standard framework and a set of rules for participants on the network known as the Ripple Transaction Protocol, the RTXP. And RTXP helps to reduce any bottlenecks during transactions significantly. They are able to settle transactions at an average speed of like 3 to 5 seconds, which is really quick compared to some other alternatives, which I'll talk about here in a minute. And Ripple uses the federated consensus mechanism, which differs from traditional methods such as proof of work, which is what Bitcoin uses, or the proof of stake, which is what Ethereum is or uses. Validators and participants on Ripple are trusted by each other through, reputations. And as of March 2022, the network boasted of about 150 validators. They may have more now. I don't know what that number has grown to, but as of, March of last year, they were at 150. And like I said, the protocol's native token is XRP, and it has a max supply of 100 billion tokens, all of which were pre-minted during the initial phase of the protocol. So there is no minting involved or new mining of tokens with XRP, which is another feature that I really personally like about this token. Price history, just to give you an idea a little bit, I have here on the chart, you can see, XRP's token was launched in February of 2013. It reached an all-time low of, 0.002 on July 7th of 2014. And then within just 4 years, it reached an all-time high of $3.84. So, I mean, it had a nice run that it was going and progressing, and was looking very promising, especially for investors. A lot of excitement was going on there. We Unfortunately, in 2020, that's when the SEC lawsuit came and really slowed things down, and the price has dipped since then. Although we have had a nice price run recently in March of this year, 2023, where the token moved from, a low of around 30 cents, 31, 32 cents, I think it was ranging around, and has moved up to, as of March, at a high around 56, 57 cents, I believe it was maxed out around. And XRP is currently sitting around 50 cents as of today, April 8th, 2023, which makes this token still incredibly cheap for investors. So in my opinion, this is a great buy. This is something to look into and consider adding to your portfolio if that's something that you are interested in. Not financial advice, but free advice nonetheless. Some of the solutions that XRP offers, and is of the most, I find, valuable utility of this token, is their cross-border payments that they offer. These are typically payments between financial institutions. However, businesses are now able to use the same technology to increase their, business efficiencies. Highly recommend you going on Ripple's website and just looking at their case studies. Listen to their customers tell you themselves. They have short little clips on there, and they'll tell you how RippleNet, the XRP ledger, has helped them solve some of the inefficiencies they had within their own companies and how it's helping them grow their business. It's great to listen to the short clips that they have there. Also, one of the things, like I mentioned, the operation of this platform is phenomenal. I mean, you can operate and transact 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Unlike our banking institutions that, only operate from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and are closed on holidays and, any other observed banking holidays that may come up. So, for commerce, this really does create exponential growth of over 437% on a global scale, being able to operate your business and transact payments any time of the day, any day of the year. So just consider that as an added bonus with this technology. And the on-demand liquidity that they offer, which means that companies don't need to have pre-funded accounts in banks in the countries that they're wanting to operate in, or send money to. They can now operate on the XRP ledger and utilize their on-demand liquidity, which really saves them money and overall cost. So that's also fantastic. And another thing that they offer solutions for, at least for the banking institutions that they operate with, is a central bank digital currency for those institutions. The transaction speed, this is also, in my opinion, impressive when you compare it to some of the other cryptos that are out there in functionality. XRP has the ability to settle payments within 3 to 5 seconds on average. Their scalability is also highly competitive. Ripple has proven to be able to complete, 1,500 transactions per second, which that is extremely close to the standard payment processor like Visa, which manages to operate around 1,700 transactions per second. And this makes it a good solution for, fintech companies that need a stable infrastructure for high transaction volumes that competes with traditional payment systems like the Visa and SWIFT systems. Moreover, XRP developers actually claim that they have the potential to scale up to 50,000 transactions per second, which, from the research I've done, I know there may be other coins that have the potential to operate more than 50,000 transactions per second, but I haven't found that yet. I still need to do more research. As of right now, from the research I've done, XRP and 50,000 transactions per second is the most out of the cryptos that I found. And that would make it the fastest. So, or as far as volume scalability, that they are able to process the most. And if you're looking at a company or a token that's going to be operating on a global scale, that is something that you want. You want them to be scalable. You want them to be able to operate with that level of high volume so that the system doesn't get bottlenecked or slowed down in the way that we've seen and experienced with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because if you do contrast it to, the classic blockchains that can only handle a fraction of the transactions per second, it's huge. The contrast is huge. So just to give you an example, you may or may not be aware, but the Ethereum blockchain can accommodate around 20 transactions per second. So 20 versus 1500, that's a huge contrast there. And Bitcoin can accommodate around 7 transactions per second. So I'm in my opinion, XRP really does kind of blow it out of the water there. And then as far as transaction costs, XRP, in order to transfer, XRP from, your wherever you're wanting to send it to your, hardware wallet or move it onto an exchange or what have you, the transaction costs are around, I think right now the average is 0.002 US dollars. Which is incredibly cheap compared to, the top trading cryptocurrencies right now, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. I actually tried to help a Patreon member yesterday move $300 worth of Bitcoin to their Ledger Nano S, and the transaction fees for moving that amount of Bitcoin was going to be $8.90-ish. So that's incredibly expensive in my opinion. And they also tried to move Ethereum, which was less than the $8, but still, I think it was around 50 cents or maybe a little more than 50 cents to transfer like $200 worth of Ethereum. So when you're comparing, those price points to XRP is, very, very competitive regarding cost. Let me see. One of the other top features that I think makes XRP and their company Ripple really stand out is that currently, Ripple is the only crypto company that I've been able to find that is actually compatible as of today. And I don't know if the right word is compliant or compatible, but it's one of the two with the new financial standards, ISO 20022. And they actually serve, Ripple, the company, serves as a member of the ISO 20022 management group, which is very impressive. So they're on this group with Visa and all of these other very large companies. And these standards are going to be the new standards that will be implemented as of 2025 that you have to be compliant with in order to be a payment processing system. So you have to be able to be compatible with or comply with these standards in order to be able to process payments in the banking system. So for Ripple to be a part of this, that to me is showing a timeline where and is a key leading indicator to me that XRP will likely be hitting some very big milestones and price points by the year 2025. It could very well be beating their all-time high of $3.84 by that time. So something to watch out for. To watch, the full video on this XRP brief, and if you want to hear more about my price predictions for 2023 and beyond, feel free to click on the link below and join me on my Patreon channel at patreon.com/digital dollars now. I will be sharing my predictions on the new all-time highs that I feel XRP could hit, and expected price drops and potential crashes that I foresee heading towards us in the next maybe few months to 1 to 2 years, and also more digital asset research specifically on this token XRP. So feel free to join me there, and thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.